The research on COVID vaccines did not begin in 2020. The vaccine actually helps you to prepare your immune system to respond very quickly to the virus. What all vaccines have shown to do is prevent you from having severe symptoms against COVID-19, prevent hospitalization, and prevent deaths due to COVID-19.
Can vaccines like this modify our DNA?
It's quite a common misconception, whatever you have mentioned about mRNA getting integrated into our DNA and making us into mutant beings. If you have done any level of biology or research, you will know that mRNA is extremely fragile. It's an extremely fragile molecule which can disintegrate very fast.
Why are some people still so hesitant about getting a vaccine?
One of the biggest concern of why people are hesitant is because the COVID vaccine was produced in quite a rushed, as you said, rushed manner. And somehow the media portray the efforts to develop the COVID-19 vaccine, like a race.
Yeah.
Who is the fastest to come up with the vaccine? Just this kind of portrayal has actually fueled a central but false tenet of the anti-vaccine lobby. That lobby that, these vaccines have not been adequately tested for safety. So we know that the average vaccine takes about 10 years. We also know that with the COVID vaccine, it took about a year or slightly less than a year. So there are several key factors that we need to understand, which is different with the COVID vaccine. The research on COVID vaccines did not begin in 2020. It began much, much earlier because there are actually a huge family of coronaviruses. And so the research has actually started on these different types of coronaviruses. There was a huge effort of a worldwide collaboration in coming up with a vaccine. The research was also fast-tracked because there was such a global urgency for getting this vaccine out, and the amount of red tape by FDA and CDC were greatly reduced. There was, a push for the COVID vaccines to be produced and prioritized.
Right.
There was massive funding by multiple funding agencies. So these funding agencies were both of the state, so national level funders, as well as private individuals. Then we had the technology. So we had the mRNA technology and the adenovirus technology that could allow for very fast turnaround time to build prototype vaccines compared to traditional methods out there. So it is a very controversial topic to talk about mixing vaccines. Because nobody really knows what is the efficacy, what are the effects of mixing different vaccines. The only time when this thing is ever considered is if somebody had an adverse effect, not side effect, but adverse effect to the first dosage, then it could be a point of discussion with your own doctor to get some advice on what could be done for the follow-up vaccination. Do you actually take a second shot? Do you take something else? It is still being debated.
Okay.
So for now, the current recommendation is if you started with one, for example, you started with Pfizer, take your second dose with Pfizer in the allotted time frame.
These vaccines, is it halal?
I'm not an expert in religious matters, but as far as I understand, it is permissible for all Muslims to take the vaccine. The Prime Minister was the first person to take the vaccine. The DG was the second person. And we also had our Minister Khairi Jamaluddin taking the vaccines, all three Muslims.
So from a medical professional standpoint, what should I be telling who are still slightly on the fence about taking the vaccine?
The first step, in my opinion, is to find out what is it that is, making them hesitant or not confident in the vaccine. Sometimes the concern is a genuine medical concern. They may have certain comorbidities. They do not know how their body will react, for example. So in that case, definitely go and speak to the doctor. It's very, very helpful to get all the, different types of information, clear your head. Clear your heart and what is actually the right information out there before you go and get the vaccination.
Right.
But I think the important part is, having a dialogue, actually talking about it. What is it that concerns you? and then trying to get the right information to allay the fears, to get the right understanding about vaccines, side effects, adverse effects, those kind of things will definitely help somebody to, as you said, go get over the fence and actually take proactive action to get vaccinated.
Hey guys, we hope you loved that discussion, but for the full discussion and all our other videos, click right here. And remember, don't be a dick.